Hello, I'm Tony.
And I'm Art.
And
we're here from GardenMastersWithAZ.com.
And today we're going to answer two important questions. The first is how to water poinsettia plants.
And how much water does a poinsettia need?
So stay tuned. We're going to show you that right now. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button and then the bell notification to get notified when we put out new videos.
So before we get on to those questions, I want to ask everybody, how long do you keep your poinsettia after the holidays?
And comment below to let us know. We'd love to hear it.
So with the proper care, they will last way into the spring and maybe after that.
We keep ours at least till the spring because we need some bright color to brighten up winter.
It's funny because I hate throwing out plants that are living. And they look great for Valentine's Day, and then we get into the spring and I just want spring flowering plants. So anyways, first thing I want to comment on is we were away on vacation during Christmas. So this poinsettia isn't a prime specimen because it went without water for about 9 days. So it would look better if I would have been here during the holiday. So the first thing I want to say is
it's about January, first week of January.
So the first thing I want to say is always pull the plant out of the foil and set it on a plate. That way you can let the plant drain instead of it sitting in the water inside that foil.
Yeah, you don't want the water to be sitting inside that foil.
Because it's just too much for the plant. They like to be wet. They like to be watered until, I'm going to water a little bit. And I'm going to water it until I see it come out on the plate below.
So how much water do they need, Art? How much water does a poinsettia need?
I say it needs enough to soak the soil all the way to the base.
Soak the soil all the way to the base. And that means watering it until you see water drain onto the plate. Is it draining?
It is draining. Yeah. It is draining. Keep in mind, if the plant is pretty dry, it's going to go right through the soil. And it's actually going to suck some of that water back up again. So, since this has been a while since I've watered it, I'm going to give it a little bit more. And then you're going to leave it on the plate until all the water drains out of the pot. So, I'm going to give it about a half hour sitting there. And then once I know there's no more water to leach through the soil, I'll pick the plant up, put it back into the foil, and move it back into the other room where it came from.
So one other thing I want you to mention, Art, is how do you know when a poinsettia needs water?
Well, you can stick your finger into the soil and test it. If it feels damp, don't give it more water. You don't want to wait till it's real dry. So keep in mind, stick the finger in.
The finger test really tells a lot.
And if the poinsettia gets to a point where the leaves are starting to head downwards, it's meaning that it's a little too late. It's probably given its stress on the leaves, and those are eventually going to drop off. So try not to wait that long. Try to keep it moist, but not soaking wet. They don't like to be soaking wet.
They don't like to be soaking wet. Remember that mantra. And that will do it for this quick tip on how to water a poinsettia plant. And one other thing I want to mention is This is how we do it. Other people do it different ways, but the main thing is to give it enough water, but not too much, and don't let it sit in that foil, which most people would do, because then it would just be sitting in water, and that's not what you want. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button and then the bell notification to get notified when we put out new videos.